you're watching the Thursday episode of CCS. My name's Cody, and you're watching that Christian news show thing that I do. And the only real update that I have is, it's not No Shave November no more. So yeah, that's exciting because I'm just like, "Argh." And you guys were like, what are you talking about, dude? There is no beard there. To your imagination. If you were doing No Shave November, you're probably pretty happy. And the first story of the day is that 2 million people in Britain striked on Wednesday. These 2 million people were like teachers and like police officers and things like that. And the reason they were striking was over a pension reform. And because they're gonna get paid less money from this pension reform, they decided, it's probably a good idea to go on strike. So they all literally like walked out on their jobs. The government said that it wasn't gonna be a big deal and not that many public places were closing down. But over half of the country's schools were shut down. So I would say that's kind of a big deal. Anyways, going on to our second story. There's a growing number of churches in places like the Bronx and things like that that are taking place in schools, which in all honesty is kind of a lot of work. In Chesapeake, Virginia, it takes 20 people in about 3 hours just to set up for the church service. And the reason this is being brought up is because in New York City it's illegal to have churches in schools because of separation of church and state. The problem with that being that there's people in New York City that actually want to go and start churches in these schools. And it's not like on a school day, it's on a Sunday, and they set up in like the auditorium. But the court's not going to let that happen. So not only are churches in New York City trying to get this reformed, but also in like places like the Bronx and other places around the state are trying to get this reformed also for New York City. Which I thought was pretty cool because that just means that there's going to be more churches, and more churches are awesome. I figured I'd bring that up because it's really, really interesting stuff that I thought you all should know. And now we go on to our final story, which has to be the coolest one ever for iPhone technology type stuff. I got a little excited there. Siri, which you all know is that little talking thing in iPhone 4S. It can talk and tell you what to do, and you tell it what to do and it does stuff. It tells you the weather, it tells you things like that, and when you ask it for stuff, it answers you. You tell it you're hungry, it's like, alright, here's some restaurants. You tell it you need an airport, and it goes, alright, here's some airports. You say, hey, I need an abortion, it goes, here's some pregnancy centers where you can have ultrasounds. Siri is pro-life. Which is awesome. Clinics at all. Which has abortion clinics furious, obviously, because these people are looking for abortions and all like, they're not getting very many people from these iPhone owners. They're trying to sue Apple and all that stuff, but Siri is pro-life. Which I just thought was awesome. It was the coolest thing that technology could ever do. And that's the question of the day. Are you pro-life or pro-choice? Love to see what you guys say. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Unless you have another place you can put the comment on this page, which would be kind of awkward. Anyways, going on to the verse of the day. And the verse of the day is Matthew 18:3. And Jesus said, unless you become like little children, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. So that's all I really found interesting today. So, in closing, haters keep hating, Christians keep praying, and to everybody, like and subscribe. I will see you Monday, and God bless.